Can you feel the sunshine?
Hello and welcome back to the SEGA Spirit Show. It's your healthy dose of blue skies, blast processing, and a whole lot of retro-fueled enthusiasm. I'm your host, Graham Cookson, and with me is a man, a myth, a legend, and after he's finally shuffled off this mortal coil, he is sure to have ballads of his deeds sung forevermore in the longhouses of Valhalla. It's my lovely co-host, Scotty Mo. And we have a cracking episode as always for you tonight. In this episode, we'll be looking at Viking Battle for Asgard, one of the Creative Assembly's few non-RTS titles. Is this an underrated gem, or should it be locked away in Hell's domain, never to be touched by the divining refulgence? I think I'm pronouncing that word correctly. Refulgence of Asgard again. Yes. Find out later as Scotty and I talk about our recent playtime with this game. Before that, as always, we have a hot Sega community news packed full of homebrew and indie Sega shenanigans. So come join us as we celebrate the Sega community, classics, and more in this episode of the SEGA Spirit Show. Cool. Yeah, defining refulgence. Yeah, that's a weird word. Anyway, sorry, we're back. Hi, we've been away for a few weeks, and we'll explain more about that in a little bit. But apologies for not doing our usual schedule. I've got a bit of housekeeping as well. So I noticed in the last episode, at least, maybe the last two episodes, my microphone kept cutting in and out a little bit. So I managed to fix a lot of it in editing, but it was a bit tricky and a bit annoying. So you may have noticed me dipping in and out or my voice cutting in and out and stuff. So it's I think it's down to my microphone arm and my positioning of the microphone. I'm hoping I managed to get it a bit better this week. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully everything is working. Hopefully I don't cut out too much. I also gesticulate a lot and move my head around. So maybe that's affecting it. I will try my best not to do that. But yeah, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. It really helps us grow our channel, and we've been really appreciating it. We've been getting a few more comments recently, and we will probably start reading some of that out at some point. But yeah, brilliant. Thanks so much. We do try to reply to all of them and like them and stuff. So thank you very much. And yeah, with that, Scotty. So where have you been? Why haven't you been doing a podcast for the last few weeks?
Oh, just lounging around, waiting for the sky to stop falling. Because the ceiling in our living room collapsed is the shortest way to say it. Probably should have given you pictures. I think you've got pictures if you really feel like looking for them and showing them.
Yeah.
Um,
Pull them up now.
yeah, I can talk about that. I'll talk about it briefly because I've told the story multiple times since it happened a couple of weeks ago. But it all started when we noticed the ceiling cracking more after we had told our landlord 2 years ago, "Hey, can you look at our ceiling?" Because our neighbors that share a wall, they had their ceiling replaced because it was cracked even more. So that scared us, and I said, "Whoa, what? Maybe you should come over here and look at it." And he looked at it and he's like, "Yeah, it's fine." And fast forward 2 years, which is a couple of weeks ago, um, that we noticed that with the temperature changes, the more drastic temperature changes, that like there was significant change in the elevation of the ceiling or the drop of it or whatever. This building was built in the 1930s before drywall was a thing. And so the contractor came over and looked at it and he was like, well, I'm pretty busy, but we'll figure out a schedule with the landlord, blah, blah, blah. That was a Monday. Friday rolls around. We hear nothing. I text my landlord, "Hey, what's going on? We haven't heard anything." And he's like, "Oh, I thought you and the contractor were figuring that out." I'm like, "No, it's been peak communication with this guy for the 7 years we've lived here." Anyway, so he's like, "All right, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get back to you." That was a Friday that those texts said that, and then Saturday night, or I'm sorry, no, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. Rachel went to a concert and she got home around 2:15 in the morning, as you do. It was out of town. And normally she'll like hang out on the couch to kind of come down from the concert high and stuff. You know, the excitement and everything. Instead, she came straight to bed. So we went to bed around 2:15. 3:15, we hear a big old boom. And we're like, oh my gosh, what was that? Because we didn't, it woke us up, so we didn't know what it was. And
Whoa.
I thought, well, it's not raining, so that wasn't thunder. And so we're like, did somebody break in? Open up the door, look down at the bottom of the stairs, see some plaster debris, and we're like, the ceiling. It was the ceiling, and it was the ceiling that came
Yeah.
down on our couch, on our sectional, and our what's it called? That's behind it. Well, behind it because like stuff was starting to come down from the ceiling. Doesn't matter. Came down some stuff, and so that was 3:15 in the morning. And Saturday morning, the landlord rolls in with the contractor and they look at everything, gives us three options. He's like, I don't have other properties open that you could crash in. He's like, do you work remote or can you work remote? Because I have a vacation home in Maryland. We're like, what? We can work remote, but we have to be in the office. And so the other option was if you go to a hotel, I'll cover the charge. We're like, yes, you will. We didn't say that, but you know, we did. We took the hotel because, yeah. In retrospect, the Maryland vacation house was whatever way he didn't have to spend money. So
Mm.
yeah. So we cleaned the place Saturday and Sunday, as in moving our stuff out so that they could replace the ceiling. We stayed in a hotel for a week. I barely slept because I'm like a dog and I need my own bed, I guess. And you know the amount of stress probably kept me awake. But
Mm.
we got back the following Friday after text and phone calls throughout the week. We get there, and now the living room has been repainted. The ceiling's been replaced. It's great. The living room was also repainted, and then ceiling lights were installed. We didn't ask for either of those. It was an upgrade, according to our landlord. And then the lights are like bright white, like a hard white
Oh, I
light,
hate that.
as opposed to literally you can see like how that's a white wall behind me, but it's kind of yellowish. So like all of the lamps and other ceiling lights in here, we have like soft yellow bulbs, you
Mhm.
know. So with nothing on the walls and like the bright white, it feels very sterile in there. So we've just brought all the lamps back in and don't use the ceiling lights that we didn't ask for. And
That's
I
wow.
don't think I can easily replace the bulbs. I don't think I'm going to
They
even try that. But
they should be
mhm.
oh, well, unless, well, we have those lights in our living room, which they can be replaced relatively easily,
It
unless
might
they've done a very weird way of doing it.
They might be LED. They might be because it's like it's a there's not you have to remove a fixture to then get into the
Yeah.
ceiling. I don't know what it is. I don't I'm
There's like
not
these little metal clips that go in, and you can pull them
oh
out and then replace because they need to be replaced eventually. But we've got
right.
similar ones, but they are I think it's called soft or warm white is the
Hmm.
more yellowy version that they do now.
Yeah,
But yeah,
probably.
sorry, just to go, sorry, not to move away from the light banter, the light chat.
Eh,
Good to go to the heavy chat of the ceiling going down. So yeah, I'd just like to say that Scotty sent us pictures of his living room,
mhm.
and I don't know if you're happy to do this, but I always feel like it's quite good to laugh about this sort of thing now. But
Yeah.
the fact that you said that Rachel came home, because you told me that it was like 3:15 or whatever that the ceiling came down. The fact that Rachel came home only like a little bit before that and normally
Yep.
lies on the sofa, that actually brings a lot more drama to the situation because
Yep.
you told me it's like 3:15. In my head, you guys have gone to bed like hours ago and it just woke you up. But no, it sounds that actually is quite, it's even more serious because I'll try and put the pictures up on the screen. But
Sure.
when Scotty showed me the pictures, it literally is his whole ceiling has come down. It's
Yep.
actually just debris everywhere, all over his living room. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So that could have actually been there could be an injury there.
Could have been worse. Could have also been
Yeah,
entirely prevented years ago. So yeah.
yeah. So that
But
so it, it's kind of crazy here. I know landlords don't like to spend money, but when
no
something like that
kidding.
is happening, you kind of need to get on it because otherwise it's going to be a bigger expense, you know. And if
Yeah.
Rachel had been injured, then lawsuits, I assume.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it could have been way
Yeah,
worse. It's
yeah. So
still we're
thank God
still
she wasn't injured.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
And yes, we are thankful of that. Right now, I'm basically waiting for a check to clear that covered the hotel, and once that's done, then I will consider this chapter behind us. Not that the
Yeah.
check wouldn't clear, but at the same time, I'm paranoid
Who
and
knows? You know.
over this crap. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. So it's been dumb, and we are continuing to save money to try to move out, but it's like impossible to afford anything today.
Mm,
So I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe when I listen to this podcast a year from now or something, I'll be in a new place.
Yep.
So
Maybe you win the
yeah.
lottery, and
So
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was sharing pictures with you guys, and it's so dumb, so dumb. I don't know how I functioned throughout that week, honestly, because I was really running on fumes. But it's over mostly. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that's your excuse for us not
yeah.
recording. I've got my own excuse as well. But aside from the harrowing near miss of like pain that you guys had, what else has been going on in your life? Anything good? Anything nice?
Speaking of saving money, I bought the stupid Tails doll from GameStop because I'm a psychopath. That is the size. It's we. I
Wow,
like to say
it's
that it's
huge.
life size. Yeah, it's huge. I could take him
Yeah.
out of here if we want, but I did
Wow.
do
Is it a
I
live
did do kind of
unboxing?
a
I'm gonna have to make you bigger. Hold on a second. Let's get
well.
nope.
I
That's
already
me
did
bigger.
that actually.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes, the back of the box. You see that too? They know what they're doing. So um, the yeah, he's got the little deedly bob.
So we
And
probably actually, I don't think we actually explained exactly what this was. Scotty, what is it?
we are a
Explain.
Sega podcast, and it is from Sonic R. Look it up.
Yeah.
We're not. Come on, Graham. Come on. You can unzip his skull and see what he thinks about. I don't know, but no, I got this dumb thing. It's incredibly exclusive to GameStops. I think only in America,
Wow.
and I had to have it because I don't know how much, if any, other Sonic R merch there really is. Like it's maybe unless you count soundtracks or something. Like I have a hoodie, but that took years to release and stuff. So this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. He's got his little tails and like the stitching and stuff and everything.
Oh, that's
But
actually
I
quite
did do
hard. The
kind of a
destructive
vlog
tale.
picking it up and unboxing him.
Yeah.
Not in the crazy way that I normally unbox things, but just in the can he sit? I don't know if he's going to be able to sit. I might have to throw him back in the box. But yeah, I got him because I'm insane.
Yeah. So that's yeah. But if people didn't catch it, it's robot tails from Sonic R, basically.
It's a
Yeah,
good camera.
Tails doll is what it's officially called. But yeah, it looks like
Tail
it's like the
doll.
robot Tails thing for Sonic R with the little antenna, which is great. And that is really good. That's really well done, actually.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
impressed with the detail, especially how like the zipper, the I don't know what you call the lane that the zipper goes through or which part's the zipper of a zipper, but it goes all the way down, but the zipper does not go all the way down. But the fact that they continued the
Oh,
actual like zipper
oh yeah,
thing
it's
is
quite cool.
pretty impressive. So I'll probably have to
Nice.
just put them back in the box.
That is really
Um,
cool, actually.
yeah, I was happy with that. And it says fresh mint scent on the box, but like because that's a in like the when Tails was introduced, it said he likes mint candies in the instruction manual, and
Oh,
that's where
did
that
it?
comes from. Yeah,
Oh, I need to. I've clearly not read that. Probably.
I mean they're just having fun.
Yeah,
Somebody's a
that is, but
fan.
that is good though. I like the fact that yeah, the picture on the back is from
Yeah.
Sonic R as well. Basically, the is that like I can't remember. Is that from the game over screen for him or some for some? I
When
remember
you
that. I
beat the
do remember that
game,
picture.
depending on who you beat the game with, there's like them standing on a
Yeah.
checkered, like this kind of checkerboard.
Mm.
It's probably closer to that than the creepy. Memes sell. We're in a stupid meme culture where
Yeah.
memes and ironically liking stuff is what makes money. So that's why this exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, exclusive to GameStops. I did a vlog about it, like driving to. I drove an hour to get to the place and then drove an hour back home to
Well,
pick it up and whatever. So it was it was silly, and I'm very happy that I have this though. I genuinely do not regret this purchase. It was $40. Just gonna let gentlemen don't discuss prices, but you can find out how much it is. It's getting scalped like crazy on eBay and crap. So yeah, but
Nice.
otherwise, yeah, I don't know. You want one of these, Graham? Sorry, it's
Kind
only in
of
America
do.
apparently.
I kind of do want one, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
get a little less glare. Oh my.
Ooh, ooh,
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, besides that, one thing I watched, we just saw Project Hail Mary last night in IMAX. So that was pretty neat.
Nice.
It didn't.
Oh,
We could have been fine without IMAX probably, but we enjoyed it.
was was it filmed in IMAX at all? Like, was it
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done? Okay, cool.
Someone told me it was
Sweet.
filmed in IMAX. I said, see it in IMAX. And I was like, all right, we'll see it in IMAX. And it was almost sold out. So some theaters are doing okay, I guess, on a Saturday night or something. But
I may have to check it out in IMAX then, because
yeah,
yeah, I read the project. I read the book Project Hail Mary. It's by the same author who
okay.
did The Martian. The Martian is actually one of my favorite sci-fi movies. I absolutely love it. I think it's a very good representation of the book, even though they changed a couple of bits, but that's normal. So I'm excited
Hmm.
for this, basically. If they can do what they did with The Martian, then I'll be very happy. And you don't have to spoil anything for the audience, but did you enjoy it? Was it a good movie?
Yeah, we enjoyed it. It's a feel good movie. It did not. It didn't feel like it was 2.5 hours long. But it probably could have been shortened for sure in some areas. But the pacing was well done with how they told the story for
Yeah, okay, that's
without
cool.
spoiling. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, and well, have you read the book at all, or
No, I didn't.
okay?
I didn't read the. But I didn't read that. I didn't read The Martian either. I saw The Martian
Oh,
just like
okay.
a year and a half ago or
Because
something, and
the
I
thing
enjoyed it.
about
But yeah.
the author, my brain's swimming. I think it's Andy Weir who's the author of the books. The thing about his books is they're all sci-fi. They're all technically science fiction, but a lot of the science is based in reality. So, like with
Hmm.
the Martian, he's stranded on Mars. He's growing potatoes and stuff. Apparently, if all those conditions were like that in real life, it should, in theory, that should have worked. So, and
Yeah.
the same with all his other books. He's written a few books, and they're all based. All the science is based on real science, basically, which is really cool.
There
So
you go.
yeah, I really like his stuff. Cool. Is there
Yeah, it
anything
was good.
else? Any?
Nope. That's pretty
Yeah.
much me.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Maybe you've
The
had a lot of
roller coaster.
excitement. Yeah, roller coaster of your life, man. Um, I also wasn't able to record the last couple of weeks, but for more boring reasons, more mundane. So, first of all, I got ill again. My stupid immune system, although I recovered a lot quicker this time. But yeah, I think I got ill because my work has been insane lately. So yeah, I've been super,
Mm.
super busy. It's actually been really hard to actually find time to do other bits and pieces. Um, yeah, basically, I've got it's a short-term project that I'm working on. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but yeah, it's just I'm kind of one of the main people sort of doing the work, so it's kind of a bit intense right now. But that
Uh,
should be over the next couple of weeks, and but I'm really enjoying it. It's very hard work, but it's an enjoyable client. I like my clients and stuff, so it's all good. Um, but yeah, but I had planned to actually do another video. Well, in the meantime, when we were down on our downtime, I was planning to do
yeah.
another video because I played all of the Dream Disc 25 games now, all the little demos and stuff. We mentioned the Dream Disc 25 on the show a couple of times. Um, and yeah, basically, people from the community have made these either little mini demos for games or tech demos and stuff for the Dreamcast, basically. And we've covered a couple of them already. But I decided to play all of them, and I'm going to make a video. I'm planning to still do it because I've recorded my gameplay of all the games. I just haven't got around to actually editing and stuff. So maybe in the next few weeks, I'll put that out. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, and a couple of other little things. I've got some new headphones. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh,
Woo!
I did not.
So I have been using Bluetooth headphones, which work
Mm,
okay, but I've been having a little bit of issues with them. So I've got some wired. These are Sennheiser headphones, which
mm,
I used to have Sennheiser ones, and I thought they were good quality. They're not like they're. I'm going to say they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. So they haven't gone for
mhm.
like the best quality, but I've tried not to go for the lowest either. And These are decent, but the cable's a lot. My old one had a really long cable, so it's really good. I
Yeah.
could plug it into like the back of my computer and just chill out. Whereas this is a lot shorter, so I'm having to plug it into my microphone. So my setup's a little
Oh,
bit different. So right now
fun.
I'm attached to my microphone. So
That is very short. Does it not
yeah.
have a I don't have mine near me, but like most gamer headsets, they had a thing that the headsets actually plug into, but that has like a mute button, volume knob, and then that cable
Yeah.
is really long. It didn't come with something like that.
Doesn't even have a mute button, anything like that on it, because
Hmm.
it's technically not a gaming headset. But you can, but this cable can come out of the side, and
Oh,
you can plug in a gamer headset. And it did come with one really long cable, but it's for like the really big chunky ports for
quarter
like
inch. Oh,
yeah, I
you
don't
don't
know, yeah,
have
I guess I don't know what
fuck
that's called.
like a guitar amp or something,
Yeah,
maybe.
basically for like a big
Yeah,
amp. Yeah. For some reason that cable was really long, but the normal one, not so much.
interesting.
Which is a bit annoying. But
Studio headphones, then maybe or something. I don't know.
yeah, these are fine. Maybe I'll send them back. I don't know. I've only had them like a
Mm.
couple of weeks, so we'll see what happens. But
Can I
also,
mention real quick, since you mentioned tech, just in
yes.
case visual audience members will notice, I look crisper because
Hmm,
I got a new iPhone recently, and I realized I could use the camera on my computer and also with this app this program we use. So if it looks better, it's because it sure is. Because I have arguably the best camera on the freaking market. It better be for the price. I just wanted to point that out real quick. You can see
nice.
every pore now, folks.
Yeah,
Wonderful, isn't it? Oops.
that's the hot Scotty take. If you want to have a good webcam,
There you go.
buy a $2,000 iPhone or whatever it is. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know how much iPhones are.
Please,
Well,
please. It was only 1,500.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's all you
I had a
need.
gift card. I had a gift card. I had a gift card and I legitimized it because it's like I've run out of space on every other tech I've ever owned because I've gone the cheap route and I'm like, I'll get a hard drive later. I'm like, nope, this is the thing I will use the most in my life. Just for once, treat myself and get the
Yep.
higher hard drive. And then but what I did was I waited until the next model was announced and I got like the one just below. So
Oh, okay. So this is not. It's actually not the latest version of the iPhone that you're
no,
saying.
it's the 17 Pro, not the Pro
Okay.
Max.
Fair enough. No, that's. I mean, I've done that in the past. I've got the model down or two models down because it's sort of so much cheaper. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. But you don't need to justify yourself, man. You can treat yourself. Although you are trying to buy a house, so
I'm
maybe
trying
just
to, yeah. I get a nice new phone, finally treat myself, then our ceiling caves in. So and people wonder why I'm so cynical all the time. Anyway,
uh,
right, Tails doll? You said it, buddy.
oh
You talk
yeah.
to me.
And I do myself also have a bit of a pickup, but
Yeah.
I actually got it last year and lost it, and I found it again. So this is a pickup I got when I was in Australia.
Oh.
And it's one of those pickups that I was
Oh,
when
by
I came back
last
from
year you
Australia.
mean 4 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like 4 or 5
Yeah.
months ago, whatever it was. Yeah, back in November, December, I picked this up.
Right.
But yeah, when I came back from Australia, I showed you some of my pickups. But yeah, so this is how it came back in.
It's a
If you
TV
see,
dinner.
yes, this is like a takeaway plastic container because I didn't want this to get damaged in my bag, and I've just kept it in
Oh,
there, and then I lost it when I got home, but I found it again. So I'm going to open it up. It's okay. Now
some
inside
dry
that,
ice just fell out of the package, everybody. Just kidding.
there's a paper bag, a lovely. Don't know if I think my
Oh, that's the
RTX is on,
bag.
so you
Okay.
won't hear the
No,
rustle.
I don't
It's
hear it at
from
all.
a company called superretro.com.au.
All
So
right.
yeah, there's a few super retro stores in Australia. Um,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold it up. It is. Da, da, da. Can you see what that is?
Oh, it's Mickey and Minnie on the Game Gear. Is that Land of Illusion? It does say it
It's
under the
Land of
Japanese.
Illusion, yes. So
Um,
this is the
oh,
Japanese copy of Land of
with the
Illusion
price
for the
on there.
Sega Game Gear with the price 49 Australian dollars, which is
I
like
don't even know what
20
that
quid or
means.
something. It's
Yeah,
like
let's
25 pounds or something.
49 Australian. Oh, well, by default it brings up to the US, which is $34. Let me see to the UK. Yeah, 25 pounds for you
There
over
we
there.
go.
So
Nice. But yeah,
what
it's
Land of Illusion. Okay.
Yeah, the box is in pretty decent condition. It's the paper box that they came in, but it's
Yeah, you
also
never
complete.
see Game Gear case.
It's got the even the plastic little insert thing, which the game case comes
Oh,
in. So
right.
it's in the little plastic case, and then it's also got the manual. So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's very good quality. But it's more of a curio. Like I was curious to buy this simply because I think it's really cool box art compared to like the original. Well, I say original. Sorry, I say original. I mean the PAL version that I own, which is original to me because that's the one I grew up with. But yeah, it's like kind of very whimsical, almost like the box art and stuff. I don't know if you can
It's
see
got a
that.
pink background to it. I don't know if that's like if it's like a greatest hits version, so the picture itself is smaller on the front,
I
on the
don't
cover.
know,
Same
but yeah,
screenshots, I
it's
think, on every version. I think I have that one
yeah.
too, not the box, but yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
you got it for a good price though. The PAL version
Yeah,
goes for 43, Japanese 27, which is about how much you paid in the
yep.
tran the transition of money that I can't think of the word for. In the US, it's 62 stupid dollars for some reason.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
makes too much
Currency
sense than anything
conversion.
else. Yeah,
But
boy.
yeah, I'm
Currency
yeah,
conversion, thank you. Cool.
I thought it was a cool little pickup. I thought it was really interesting. So I think the Japanese box art is really cool. But yeah, that was it. That was the exciting reveal of a game that no one cares about
Have you
except for
popped it
me.
in yet?
No, because I don't have a working Game Gear anymore. I have
Oh
two
my
Game
gosh.
Gears that don't work.
Every week, something we say is, "That's the life of the collector." "Oh, you own
Yep.
that? You've got an N." Oh, yeah, that was the last thing, I think. Somehow we mentioned N-Gage, and I was like, "Oh, I have the tennis game on N-Gage." And you're like, "Do you have an N-Gage?" "Nope." So, why
Oh
do we do
man.
these things?
I know. One day I'll get one of my Game Gears working again, but yeah, not today. Um, but that's it. So yeah, with that, let's move on to the Sega community news. Okay, so
And that was the news.
that was the news. We're actually not going to do the news right now. So we're actually going to try something a little bit different going forward. So to help us save time with record and possibly time for you, the listeners at home, I'm going to be recording the Sega Community News separately from Scotty. So essentially, we still want to cover the community news because the stuff that Sega fans are creating these days is just too brilliant not to shout about. But as many of you, dear listeners, know, our shows go on for the longer side, and that's partly intentional, but also partly because Scotty and I like to talk a lot.
Yeah, and add
So
about an hour to that. Add about an hour to the recording is how long or the episode, add an hour to that, and that's about how long we actually record. So,
yeah, so it
we'd like
takes a
some
lot
of
of
our day
time.
back.
Yeah, basically. So by recording the news separately, I hope you'll cut down on the banter time a bit and also reduce our recording time. So we're going to try it for a few shows at least, see how it works out, see whether it works or not. But please do let us know if you think the new format works out. And yeah, let us know if do you miss the news banter? Do you want us to cut even more stuff from the show? Should Scotty paint his new ceiling Sonic Blue? We want to know. But with that, I'm going to do the news now. Awesome. Let's crack on with the Sega community news. And straight up, we've got a nice little bit of news. So, Philippe, and I apologize if I'm saying this last name incorrectly, Philip Nguyen, I believe that's how it's pronounced. You may know him from Josh Prob and Pixel Heart. He and I guess some of his team work on a lot of Dreamcast games. They've done plenty of games in the past, and they publish sort of other games as well on the Pixel Heart website. They have announced that they are working on a new 3D survival horror game for the Dreamcast, exclusively for the Dreamcast. It says, and it's going to be similar to, from the sounds of it, it's going to be similar to the old school Resident Evil games. It's going to fix cameras, dark atmosphere. And it says a love letter to the classics. Stay tuned. Darkness is coming. And that's all the information we have so far. There's a picture of a very dusty looking Dreamcast console with a old school candle lit next to it, and that's it. That's basically it. So, but Philippe and Pixel Heart team and Josh Prod, they've worked on some great games in the past. So very excited for this, and as we've sort of shown on previous episodes, 3D indie games for the Dreamcast are getting better and better. So quietly hopeful to see what's coming up with this. It's going to be pretty interesting to see. Next up, we have for the Sega Master System. If you are into racing game and arcade games, hang on for the Sega Master System. Now, it was quite a love game on the Sega Master System back in the day, but it wasn't quite like the arcade game, except it is now. So there has been a patch made for the Master System game to bring it closer to the original arcade experience. So they've updated some of the music, some of the visuals and stuff. And yeah, in fact, there's a video which I can show with you on YouTube. So if you see the screen on the right there, the graphics, the visuals of the bike and stuff are much closer to the arcade experience. The colors have changed a bit. The background visuals have changed, so it is actually looking a lot closer to the arcade game. And yeah, that's a really cool thing. It's a really cool thing to see. This video is showing now. If you hear this and there's no music at the moment, that's because it's showing the original Master System sound effects. So you've got the sound effects, but no actual in-game music. But now this is the modded version, so it's got the background music back in it. It's really cool. It's looking really good, sounding really good. So check it out. Next up, this comes from the Sega Guru. Quake 2 is being ported to the Sega Dreamcast. So this is the PC version of Quake 2. It's being ported. I'll skip for the F&B sequence and stuff showing in his gameplay footage. So, okay, the gameplay footage, you'll notice the game is actually very, very dark. You can barely see anything except the ambient lighting. So that's one thing that he mentions, that the ambient lighting is actually working really well. So all the different lights and stuff you see in the corridors, when you shoot your gun and stuff, the projectiles actually have ambient lighting on them. It lights up the room. So it's still a work in progress. This is not the final version, but it's coming along very nicely by the looks of it. And one thing the Sega Guru actually mentions in this video is that it currently only works with the Dreamcast controller, so not a mouse and keyboard at the moment. But he says the Dreamcast controller works really well with it. So that's actually something really good to hear about. So yeah, we're looking forward to this one. I'm not the biggest Quake fan, but I'm always excited when these sort of things happen. So when this is more polished and ready and available, we'll definitely get our hands on it and play and let you know about it. Actually, one other thing to note that he mentions in the game is that apparently the sound effects and the music and stuff, apparently it's all pretty much spot on. Quite often with these games, when they're being ported across, they often have graphical glitches, audio glitches and stuff. But from what the Sega Guru says, the audio is basically perfect. So that's really good to hear. And graphically, it's looking really good, other than being really dark. So yeah, hopefully once they sort out the lighting, this could be good to go. Okay, this next bit of news is also pretty exciting. It's about the DreamColorPlus controller, which we've covered on the last 3 episodes. If you don't know, it's a new fan-made controller for the Dreamcast, which supports dual analog sticks, which is really cool. It's also got a built-in color VMU screen. And previously, they've just sort of shown off the VMU screen being used, as a save device on other games. When you're playing on the Dreamcast, the team has now put up videos of it playing emulated games. So this is one showing Street Fighter 2 running beautifully by the looks of it. And here's the thing: it's running directly from the VMU screen from the controller, so you don't need to have it connected to a console. The DreamColorPlus controller itself is wireless, it's Bluetooth as well, so you can play with Android devices too, as well as the Dreamcast. But here, effectively, is turning into its own little handheld games console, which is really cool. So that's showing off Street Fighter 2. There's another video showing off Doom, the original Doom, or Doom 2. Actually, this one's Doom 2. But yeah, that's really cool. And even though the VMU screen is pretty small, this is like from this video, it's looking very clear. So if you're just listening to the show, the video is off. It's off screen, so you can actually see the controller. You can see the player's hands on the controller pressing the buttons on the controller. But it's looking very clear. You can see Doom clearly here. It's looking beautiful. It looks very playable. So even though the VMU screen is small, this could be a a decent little handheld device on its own. So very cool. And they put out some other videos. There's a couple of other videos. They're showing lots of different games they're emulating. So um, this other one showing Rock and Roll Racing, which is a fun little racer on the Mega Drive and stuff. There's also a bit of Aladdin on the Mega Drive. So it looks like you can play. From what I can see, you can play some Game Boy emulation. It's got 16-bit emulation for like the Mega Drive, Game Boy Advance emulation, and also some PC games. So like with Doom and stuff. It's very cool. So looking forward to this. This is looking very exciting. And there is also a bit of an update. Sega Ultimate has actually posted this out, and I believe it's from Louise Nye. Louis Nye is one of the main guys behind the Dreamcast controller. He's been on the scene for the Sega community scene for a while, but him and a few other guys are behind this controller. They points out something about the funding of the controller. So they're using a website called, I believe I'm pronouncing this correctly, Catarse. It's a bit like Kickstarter, but it's not Kickstarter. That's one of the things they explain. So we've shown this on the show before. Basically, I'll put the link in the show description, show notes. But essentially, you can. It's like a crowdfunding website, but it works a little bit different than Kickstarter. So they've actually posted up something about that on social media to explain why they're using Catarse instead of Kickstarter. The interesting thing is, with Kickstarter, for example, if a project is not fully funded, it doesn't get funded. Basically, the money gets returned, or the money doesn't go out of the accounts of the backers. With Catarse, you're guaranteed to actually get the product still. So the whole idea is that they have actually built the device. The reason why they're using this crowdfunding source is to actually understand how many people want it, so they can order the correct amount of parts and make sure they're getting it shipped. Building enough product to actually ship to people. So it's a way of them actually getting that done. So apparently they've actually built the product and stuff, and then, it's good to go. So from what they're saying, anyone who's actually backed it on Catarse will get the product. So stay tuned for that. I've actually backed it. I've ended up backing it. It's quite an expensive controller, but at the same time, I was thinking about it for what they're doing. It's not too bad. It's not terrible. And I just really want to get my hands on this. The dual analogs look really cool. Now the fact that you can play emulated games from it, it's basically its own little handheld games console. I think it sounds like a really cool thing. I just really want to play. So there we go. Lots of updates there for the DreamColorPlus. And it's kind of ironic almost that Scotty is not doing the news with me this week of this episode. Because the next bit of news, this actually also comes from Louise Nye, who I just mentioned does the DreamColorPlus controller. This video, it's showing Resident Evil 4, or actually a proof of concept, Resident Evil 4 running on the Dreamcast. And the reason why I say that it's almost ironic Scotty's not here, he's a big fan of the Resident Evil games. So if you've listened to recent shows, he's talking about Resident Evil, playing the latest Resident Evil game, and it's like one of his favorite franchises. But this is a proof of concept by, I believe, a couple of indie developers called, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Venom. It's the number 3, NOM, and Espira. They're the two people who apparently worked on this. It's not a direct port of the game, so it's not actually got the full game, the missions and levels and stuff. What they've done is they've actually built a custom engine. And they've kind of remodeled Leon Kennedy and some of the zombies and stuff, and sort of rebuilt some of the castle level essentially. But it's, as I say, it's a proof of concept to see how well a game like this would run on the Dreamcast, and it's looking really good. Like it's running pretty smooth. The character models look decent. It looks like a Resident Evil game, basically. It looks like Resident Evil 4, effectively. And if you wanted to, you can actually check it out on itch.io. So they do actually mention it's demonstration of a custom engine, not a port of existing code, and it's just a proof of concept. So it's just a little bit of a demo that you can play, and it looks really cool. So if you're into that, check it out. And also, I want to give a shout out to Phenom because he's done work for the Dream Disc 25, which I've mentioned a couple of times. He has built a cool little for the Dream Disc 25. Basically, he's built a proof of concept for a first-person shooter engine for the Dreamcast, and he's recreated maps from Halo 2 and also Counter Strike. And there's like basically a two-player little mini game. Well, not mini game, so basically a two-player playable tech demo for the Dreamcast, and it's actually a really cool thing to see. I'll link in the description, but if you go to Phenom's itch.io page, you can check that out as well. Really cool. So yeah, that's it for the news this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too painful, just me talking about it. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thanks a lot, and back to the studio.
Damn it. I was trying to get him real close, but I forgot I had it maxed out. You can't see his. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all good.
You can see the reflection of your iPhone camera in his face.
Oh, yeah. All 13 cameras. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's evidence. That is proof the iPhone is the camera. There we go.
It is.
So yeah, this week, as we mentioned at the start of the show, we are going to be looking at Viking Battle for Asgard as our feature discussion this week. Scotty was just demonstrating with his lovely box art just there, and you have quite a shiny case actually. That looks
shiny.
No,
the artwork itself is shiny. It's not just the case.
Yeah, like that's like reflective silver
foil with a grav. I don't know.
Yeah, so annoyingly, I don't know where my Xbox 360 version is, and I don't know. So Scotty's holding up the PlayStation 3 version there, which seems to have very like a foil effect basically on the cover, which is pretty cool. The Xbox 360 version I have definitely doesn't have that, but I don't own the PlayStation 3 version. I don't know if that's an American thing or if that's a special edition you've got there. That's pretty cool though.
Not special.
No, okay, not special at all. Okay.
I can see if Sega Retro says anything different about that. We'll keep going.
Okay. But yeah, we are looking at Viking Battle for Asgard. And if you don't know about this game, so this was released in March 2008 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. There was a PC port in October 2012. And it's published by Sega, and it's developed by their in-house team, Creative Assembly, who are better known for the Total War franchise on PC and a few other games now. But yeah, basically, this is, I think, their second venture into non-real-time strategy games. So if you don't know, the Total War franchise are PC only, and they are these epic real-time strategy battle simulations, basically. They're often set in different time periods, like they've got Rome, they've got medieval times and stuff. There's also samurai era as well. But this is a bit of a different thing. It's a full 3D open world hack and slash action adventure game that they created. And it actually released to mixed reviews. So there was some praise for certain things like the scale and the visuals, a bit of criticism for the repetition, and it kind of got above average scores across the board pretty much. And but it's often cited as being one of like a bit of a hidden gem among lots of gamers out there. So that's one of the reasons why we're looking at it. And I just, before we get into the detailed stuff, I actually reviewed this for Sega Nerds back in the day. So I played it, I've completed it multiple times now. Scotty, I believe you've never played it until recently. Is that correct?
Correct.
That is correct. Good. Excellent. So this is going to be interesting because I have a bit of a nostalgia for the game. Scotty has no knowledge, nothing to go, no reference point for this game. So
correct.
Yeah. And to give a bit more information about it, as the title suggests, it is about Vikings, and it draws heavily on Norse mythology. And you play it as a warrior called Scarin, who is chosen by the goddess Freya to stop another goddess, Hel. And Hel is seeking to unleash Fenrir and trigger Ragnarok, basically to destroy the end of the world. And Hel is meant to be the daughter of Loki in mythology as well. A reference point for you there, not Loki from the Marvel movies, but kind of that kind of it sort of thing. Yeah, the game spans 3 large regions of Midgard, basically, which is the name of Earth, basically, in Norse mythology, as far as I'm aware. and the game is known for having a brutal melee system. So it's got dismemberment and stuff of enemies, and masses. One of the key selling points of the game, one of the big features, is the massive battles where literally hundreds of NPCs are fighting each other, but you're also in there as well, like in real time, in the fray, like fighting with Scarin. And it's kind of got quite a big open world structure for the game. And yeah, so that's kind of like some of the, I guess, the highlights of what the game's about. And as I say, I'll explain a little bit, I guess, about my experience. So
yeah, you go first with yours, since this was your pick.
This was my
reviewing
pick,
it,
yeah.
and did we mention it's almost hit its 20-year anniversary?
That was the thing. Yeah, it's basically it's 20, that's actually, oh wait, it came out in 2008,
so 18.
It's 22. Wait, no, what?
It's 18 because it came out in 2008. It's 2026 right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's 18. So my brain just thought it's 22. No, it's 18. It's 18 years.
Got to do some backwards math.
Yeah.
If it came out in 2006, then it'd be 20, but 2 more years, 18. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay in school, kids.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. So as I mentioned, I played it back in the day, back when it first released. I did review it for Sega Nerds. In fact, I was very lucky. Sega Europe invited me to a press event for the game. So I got hands on the game before it released, which was really cool. And I think that actually helped me get into the game more as well, because they had people explaining some of the stuff to do. Because we had there was a little mini competition among the journalists and stuff to like get to a certain point in the first level before everybody else. I think someone won something for doing that. But it was really cool. They set up in like a school bar and stuff, and everything decked out like Vikings and Norse mythology. And yeah, but anyway,
did they have like? I kind of wanted to hear more about the press event. Did they have? Like,
sorry. Okay, I thought you'd say I was rambling too much.
Were they serving you meat off a stick or something?
They had wenches, basically. The ladies of the bar were dressed up like wenches. Yeah,
fantastic. 2008, baby.
I think they did have like maybe one or two barmen dressed up a bit like Vikings from memory. But they had them. I think they were models basically who were paid to dress up like. But they were serving us beer and stuff like that. And yeah, they tried to make it. They couldn't really quite fully do the full. They were like a big, I don't know, a pig on a stick or anything. They couldn't do that. Yeah. But they tried to have like big meat and stuff like that. And it was actually set in a Bavarian bar as well. There's a chain of Bavarian bars in London. And even though that's not technically Norse, it was close enough to being like a Norse themed bar anyway. So it had like big pitchers of pints of beer and stuff. And yeah, it was cool though. Yeah, it was a good event. Yeah, they set up the consoles. Oh yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, I was trying to look for my Sega Nerds interview, because I actually have a video interview out there of me interviewing some of the
I kind of was too
in the game.
I was trying to find something, but your review didn't come up either.
Yeah, and I think it's gone. It's gone from the internet, which is really kind of sad. Yeah, I couldn't find it.
We'll have to figure out. Someone get Chris on the phone.
Yeah, find out a way to get.
It's got to be up there somewhere. So stay tuned, maybe, folks.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be able to find it.
Sega Addicts didn't even review it, if that makes you feel any better. Didn't even.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't even know. Actually, well, I don't know if Sega Nerds, I don't know if Sega Addicts was a website yet or not. Now that I say that out loud, because this came out in 2008, like you said, on the consoles. But yeah, press event happened. So
a press event happened. It was really fun. And I think that got me into the game more, possibly. I mean, I like this sort of genre anyway. This is my genre. I like sort of these old mythical fantasy, medieval hack and slash type games. So it's kind of my genre anyway. But I think they sort of helped me, get me into the game. Because one of the things I noticed. So actually, sorry, I'll explain something. I keep jumping back and forth. Sorry, my brain does that. So I have played through this game at least 4 or 5 times now. I played
Wow.
it through multiple times on the Xbox 360. I played it on the PC when it first came out, and then I played on Steam Deck when the Steam Deck first came out. This was one of the first games I decided to play randomly on the Steam Deck. I was like, I'm going to try Viking Battle for Asgard. I don't know why, and I just sat there and played through the whole game on Steam Deck. And then this would be like possibly my sixth playthrough. I did not get to finish it though, partly because of work, as I mentioned, and also I was ill. So my game time was actually a lot less than normal. I normally try to play in lunch break, but I literally had no lunch breaks the last 3, 4 weeks now.
Hmm.
That's fun.
Sounds legal.
I mean, that's my decision. I just
Okay.
try and get this project done. It's not. I could have taken breaks, but this project's been quite intense. So yeah. But yeah, so I played this a few times, but as I was playing on this time, so a bit more refreshed coming in, I realized there's barely any hand holding in this game. You know, there's certain things. So
Zero.
I remember a lot of stuff just from my multiple playthroughs. They give you a bit of missions or they tell you go do something, and I knew where to go. I knew everything because I played the game so much. But at one point, I was thinking, I wonder how Scotty's getting on because he's never played this, and this is not the clearest of directions to do something. I think I remember one of the playthroughs. I did get stuck at one point, going, "What the hell do you do here?" But as I was
Hmm.
doing it, I was like, "Oh, I remember what I did last time where I went wrong." And I was like, "How's Scotty getting along?" So yeah, and I think that's kind of this press event. Going back to the press event, I think that kind of helped me get into the game more because they gave you that little. They physically gave me hand holding to explain certain mechanics in the game and where to go on the first level. And then that helped me get into the game a bit easier.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I get very frustrated with lots of modern games where it literally tells you, oh, is I pause the game, press A to jump, press
Oh, yeah,
B to
yeah,
do a
yeah.
hard attack or something, or X
Right.
to do a hard attack. And you know, they hand hold you the whole way. It's just frustrating. So you're like, I can play a game. I just press buttons until I work out what they do. Come on.
Hmm.
Whereas this gives you like no hand holding. It just gives you a vague do the thing. Yeah.
There's an introduction, sort of, and it tells you what to do, but not how to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, there is some
Yeah.
guidance, but it's not perfectly clear.
Right.
So yeah, you
Right.
have to muddle your way through sometimes. Um, but yeah, and uh, I guess one thing I'll stay from the off is I enjoyed the first level a lot because it kind of introduces you to the game and some of the mechanics and slowly draws you into some of the bigger mechanics that play a big part in the game later. I love level 2. That's one of those that level's always stood out in my brain as the game basically because there's a couple of epic bits in that. And then the third level, 'cause there are basically three big levels. I never been a huge fan of. Even back in the day, I remember playing through and going, "This isn't as good as the second level." Like I thought it'd be even better and bigger, and it wasn't. I think it's smaller than the second level, and it's not as the ending's not as good as you think it would hope it'd be.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
To
so I'm
bring
not
your
sure how
dad
much
back to
detail.
life, and then it's two-player mode.
Oh, that'd be good. So I'm not sure how detailed you want me to go right now, Scotty, or if you want me to. Do you want to start talking about your experience of the game and then we chat a bit that way, or?
Yeah, I guess I could start with my stuff.
Hmm.
I I starting this up. I did stream it. My the Not my very first portion of it, but I wanted to get back into streaming for the year, and I played about 2 hours offline and just in my living room. Whoa, that background was chugging for a second there, but no, it's good. Now there's the ladies also in the menu. Hey, ladies. But once the game starts up, it's like, "Oh, yeah, welcome back to the era of green, gray, and brown video games, because that's all this whole game is." And that was the era, though. It was just a lot of, the world is as colorful as it is when not even as colorful as it is when you walk outside. Um, but yeah, I treated it like, from not knowing anything about it, I don't remember why I didn't. I mean, I'm not a fan of medieval stuff. I'm not a fan of like the Viking stuff. The closest thing to a medieval type game that I enjoy is the Legend of Zelda stuff. So I don't know. I don't even know if I can call that medieval. Some people would say yes. Some people just say fantasy. But that's like the same thing as saying
Yeah.
like this is an adventure game. What does that even mean? So
It's kind I'd say Zelda's along the medieval lines. It's like swords and a bit of magic. Yeah, it's fantasy, but yeah, it's kind of that era. It's you don't have guns. It's swords and
mhm,
catapults. It's not.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but so I did not know how to treat this game, and I should preface it with, and I was gonna actually ask you this, Graham. Did you ever play any of the God of War games? Were you ever into those at all?
I have never played a God of War game. I know they
That
exist, but I never had a
fully
PlayStation at the time.
explains why you like this game as much as you do. I'm
Okay.
not trying to put you in a pocket, but like if you've never played a God of War, you'll think, "Oh, this is doing stuff I haven't seen in a game before." God of War's
Fair
done
enough.
a lot of this. Um,
Okay, fair enough.
so I looked up when God of War came out. The first two were on PS2. The third one didn't come out to 2011. So this was definitely hopping in there along with like Beowulf and some other stuff to fill that God of War void.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
1000%. Um, Not to say it's a copycat, but just like they saw an opportunity probably. So I incorrectly treated this game as a Bayonetta or as a Devil May Cry, and I thought like, "Oh, there's guys coming at me. I'm gonna hack and slash and mash the buttons, and I'm gonna just keep on doing that." And that's not how you play this game. And I didn't learn
No.
that until I watched a streamer play it on Twitch. They go by the name of Siri the Spectre. We can it'd be cool if we could link their stuff in the show notes because they
Sure.
actually it was hilarious how it happened. I think I pinged you also. I was reviewing my clips from the stream that I did the night before. It was like 8 in the morning or something. It was early in the morning, so sometimes I'll also just, like, throw on Twitch in the background for background sound at work or while I'm working, and someone was streaming Viking, and I'm like, "Oh, what?" So I, like, hopped in their stream to in their chat and was like, "Oh, I was just streaming this last night. What are the chances?" And they were like, "That's cool," and started telling why they liked it and stuff like that, telling me why they liked it. And I said, "I'm not sure." I was playing it like Bayonetta. They're like, "Oh, no, you don't wanna do that." And they were kinda giving me some advice, which was actually very helpful and changed how I ended up playing it the next time I went in. And it did make a difference, but it was still not as hack and slashy as I thought as I expected. And I will say before I get into like specifics, the map is bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The map is a piece of crap because you A cannot zoom in or out.
Mm.
B, it doesn't have your goals anywhere until you go to a location. It's not intuitive at all. And I know like Assassin's Creed was still young and everybody likes their maps. Like the Resident Evil series, Requiem has the best map in any Resident Evil game I've ever seen. But the remakes kind of improved upon the maps. And I know I'm not a game designer, but the map it just needed or that screen it needed your mission objectives just listed on that screen rather than go to an icon or go to a location, like move your cursor to a location on the map, and then it'll show you what you need to do. Doesn't tell you where you can complete those things, or if you're, and sometimes the things you need to complete are not actually at the location that they're listed on, which really confused me. Um, and I kind of didn't I this game presented itself as a sandbox or almost open world, so I thought you could kinda go anywhere and do whatever, but no, the mission objectives are linear despite how open this game is. So that
Mm.
really messed me up, and like you said, it doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you a lot. So it kinda tells you things once you encounter them, or after the fact, like creatures that the enemies that call more like summon more enemies,
Oh, yeah,
you
the
fight
shower
one and
ones,
you
yeah.
kill one, and then the next battle you learn what they're doing. I'm like, I figured that out. Why didn't you tell me that when they were a mini boss? So yeah, it was. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that is standard that was not in this in terms of an open world ish.
Mm.
I don't know if to call it a sandbox or an open world because it's a big game, but it's not open world in terms of like there's barely NPCs that you actually interact with. Your soldiers are clones. It's the same dude like 30 times,
Mm.
but but it is impressive how there are so many characters on screen sometimes, fighting each other and everything. That was my okay. Aside from the map, my biggest complaint immediately, like one of the first things you have to do is get the horn, and it's like, and you can summon your troops with that. And I get the horn, and I'm like, how do I summon my troops now? How do I do that? It wasn't until like 4 hours into playing this that I realized from the map, you go to a location, you hit X or A where you want those troops to go to. That's not explained anywhere, or
Oh,
I
I know that.
completely overread that or didn't read that. And I was just like, the whole time I'm like going into this one spot where there's 30 guys coming at me. I'm like, how do I summon my troops? How do I summon my troops? And I just, even though within the, it's not the pause menu, but like the map and just the menu, I don't know. Like on one of
Mm,
those screens, it shows your items and it shows your powers, and in there is the horn, but you can't do anything. You just see that you have it. So I'm like, I
yeah.
can't click on this. I can't like click this and summon army or whatever. So that was just flat out poorly done. Like lack of explanation really infuriated me with not infuriated, but it was just like, I'm gonna keep running around and just killing stuff the way I am because it seems to be working and the game's not telling me otherwise. So
Mm.
um and there's other parts. I one thing I enjoyed was pushing enemies off of ledges rather than fighting them a lot of times. That was pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
The actually, I take back what I said on fully playing it like a Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. At first, I was treating it like an Arkham Asylum or a Batman
Oh,
Arkham
okay.
Asylum game because it felt like that with the targeting a little bit, but then the targeting just kind of chooses whoever it wants to sometimes, especially when you're
Mm.
trying to kill totems that are powering a dude while
Oh,
there's
that's
dudes
so annoying,
fighting
actually.
you.
Yeah,
It's
that is actually quite frustrating.
rough. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I died a couple of times because it kept like targeting dudes around the totem rather than letting me destroy the totem. I don't know if it's actually
Yeah.
called that, the cipher or whatever, but
Yeah, I know
so
exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, yeah. It's got an auto, yeah, basically, it's got an auto lock on thing for all the enemies, and it's kind of good in some ways. Like this, there are times actually when you're surrounded by enemies where in jumping to different ones is actually really beneficial. But yeah, there are times when you want to lock onto something, but you can't. You just don't have the option to even do a manual lock on, which would be really
which
helpful.
which is also strange because there's a button that's not used for a while, so I thought like maybe I couldn't do it and I'll learn a lock on ability, like, you know, um,
Mm.
so I don't know, but yeah, it was a weird, it felt like the flow was interrupted consistently when I couldn't, before I learned how to block, before I learned how to, because it kind of is that when the game follows the formula of go to town, find Vikings, fight enemies, free Vikings, increase army size, find next town,
Mm.
or at least as far as I played through the first island. I got to the second island and then I stopped. Or the
Okay.
second level or whatnot. Area? I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
After I fought the
They.
first big battle with summoning a dragon and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They kind of refer to it as islands in the game. So they've got the first island, second island, third island,
Okay.
but each of them is made up of like two islands. So
Yeah,
I
that
guess,
confused me when you
yeah.
said, like, "Get to the second island." I'm like, "I was there in an hour. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So here's the thing: this game I know is not perfect. There are definitely gripes. There's definitely quality of life stuff that would definitely be put into the game these days. I reckon. The
mhm.
map, I got used to the map. It's not perfect by any means, but yeah, once you kind of understand, it's not like full in depth map. It's
I didn't
kind of
even
okay.
the most basic thing, I didn't even realize until long after the fact when I completed, all the objectives in one area, the icon turned blue. I didn't even they
Okay,
never tell you that.
fair
So
enough.
it's just I feel
Yeah.
like it felt like they were almost afraid to break the fourth wall and be like, "If you hit X a bunch, you'll punch a dude." Like, just say that. Just tell me, you know? So,
But when you go to the map, it'll highlight when something has changed. Like it'll be like yellow. It'll like show you it's clearly highlighted that something has changed at this location. Or like
it did do that. It just didn't feel intuitive. It really didn't.
fair
The
enough.
map
Okay.
itself. Wow, your font's
Yeah.
really small.
Oh
So I
yeah.
don't
So
know.
yeah,
Are
I played the
Oh, go
PC
ahead.
version, by the way. I was playing in the Steam
Oh
version.
my
I
gosh.
it's
What size 8 font of your text? Holy crap.
because I put into super high quality 4K mode or whatever,
Mm.
and yeah, all the font went really small. And there's actually a weird little glitch in the. Actually, if I see if I can find it, when you go when you're buying something from shops, It
Mm.
gives you a yes/no option. Like, do you want to buy this? Yes, no. The
Ugh.
default where the default cursor is on the PC version or in this resolution, it's over the yes, but it's not
Oh,
selecting
is
yes.
it?
It's actually selecting no. So I kept trying to buy stuff, and I kept saying yes, clicking on it, and it would just go back. I'm like, why is it not buying anything? What is going on? And I
Weird.
realized I pressed a button, and then the arrow would go below all the writing, and that would be yes. Uh,
Oh.
I don't know if I got it. I've probably got it in one of my screens somewhere, but I don't know if probably hard for me to actually
Oh,
find
no, I just saw it as
exactly.
you went away. Yeah.
Oh,
But
was it
also
just there? Not on the,
yeah, I
sorry,
did see the
I wasn't
arrow.
even paying attention. Oh, just press back and
Do like go
uh,
there, right there. Yep.
oh,
Like one click back. Yeah.
oh yeah, 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Here we go.
Yeah, well, it's because it couldn't find the font. It couldn't find the selection because your
Yeah,
font was so
there you go.
small.
Yeah, exactly. It's the bit, yeah, really, really frustrating at first. I was like, what the hell? Um,
I forgot
yeah,
about that with items though in the shop. That's like RPG 101. Just
yeah,
let us select an item and put the amount we want to buy.
yeah. That's another issue. So yeah, like you have to, if you want to buy 10 throwing axes, you have to go yes, yes, yes. I purchased 10 in a row.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Cheer
my
yourself
god.
on. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. This game is very flawed these days, I reckon. But
Yeah.
so I know you mentioned God of War came out before this and stuff. I fully understand that that's a big game franchise, and it's been going on for years now. But I think this is. I feel like even though this is, yeah, it's kind of the whole mythology around gods, and it's kind of like a medieval style game. I feel like this is a different game, as in that like the main part of this game is the massive epic battles. Like
Yeah.
you've got
Oh
a lot
no.
of sneaking around and
Yeah.
stuff, but this does something different. So I feel like it's not a clone of God of War. It's not a clone of other games and stuff, even though it might have some elements from them. But yeah, actually, let's move on. Let's move on. So this is one of my gameplay videos. I'm gonna move on to the next one if I can, if it's gonna let
Yeah,
me.
when the armies happened, when the battles happened with armies, I was like, "Oh, this is the reason they created this game. They wanted to
Hmm.
show off that they could have 50 dudes fighting at once, because there are no women Vikings except for the ones that are barely clothed. But hey, video games? No, I don't know. There's whatever.
But
Um,
there's a
what?
few. No, okay, there's no women. I
There's
guess
no women
Vikings in
soldiers.
there's no women soldiers, but the ones walking around the town, they're clothed. They're
Yeah,
like
there are a
pretty
couple. Oh, I guess
clothed.
they are. The ones,
But
yeah.
yeah, they all look like a shaman though. The good shaman.
Yeah.
So a couple of times it says go and speak to the shaman, and I go to my shaman, and it's not the shaman; it's just some random NPC. I'm like, God damn it! Yeah, they do use a lot of repeating, um,
Assets.
yeah, assets, yeah, for that.
Voice
Yeah,
acting's
reasons.
good. There's decent voice acting in this. I was not
Oh
expecting
yeah,
almost every person you talk to have voice acting.
yeah, that's
Does
pretty
your
good.
did your game, when you're reading the dialogue though, does it stay on? You have to hit
Yeah.
X to progress, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
it'll be like I guess I could give an example of I'll say something like one day I went to the store and I drove my car to get there. But on in the text block it'll say one day I went to the store, hit X to continue, but I'll still say and I took my car to get there. But you have to hit
Mm,
X to see that next line. That
yeah.
can I thought my game was messing up at first. I'm like, "Oh, don't tell me this is freezing already." Um and so, like, I wanna hit X to keep up, but then I'll hit X and maybe, like, miss what they say at the end,
Yeah.
because 'cause I'll hit it too quick. It was a weird choice. I thought something glitched for a second, but that
Yeah. I
that
do
is in every
not.
version then?
Yeah, I do. I remember that for
Okay.
the original Xbox version. It's in the Steam versions, and yeah, it's in the PlayStation versions. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
if that was
odd.
actually a choice they made or just they forgot to do it or something. It's
Yeah, like,
bizarre. Yeah.
I don't wanna complain about everything, but it just was very confusing to me. It was legitimately confusing, like, did I not hit or do I hit X yet? Because normally that, like, ends all dialogue. I don't know, it was just weird.
Yeah. It was a strange choice. Yeah, not to have the subtitles appear as they're talking, if that makes sense. Yeah, like properly.
The
Um,
final kills, I kept calling them glory kills because that's what they were in Doom 2016. But how you hit
uh,
square or in your case X to do like a final blow, basically
mm,
the fatalities, if you will.
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do really enjoy that, especially sometimes when they do the slow mo bit and Yeah, it's yeah. I the thing I like about this game as well is so for a lot of the game, the epic battles are like a key feature of the game because it shows literally hundreds of NPCs charging into battle, and having big melee fights and stuff. I really enjoy the sort of slightly sneaky aspects of the game as well. Like so just to explain the main premise of the game, Scotty kind of went over it a little bit.
Mm.
You kind of aim to free different Viking clans who have been captured by Hell's undead legion. Like there's an undead army basically. It's kind of taken over the land. You're trying to free some of these Viking clans to join your army, and then towards the end of each level, or in different parts of the levels, you get to call upon your army to like overthrow Hell's legions, basically. And so yeah, to free a lot of the Vikings, you get like little patches of Vikings where you can easily go and kill a few enemies, but sometimes they're surrounded by lots of enemies.
Yeah, they're
There
like
might be like
tied to a stake or whatever.
yeah, or they're like trapped in like a cage type thing.
Hmm.
And sometimes they're like in little towns or villages or ruins or whatever. So there's lots more enemies around there. So you kind of have to be a bit more sneaky at times. So there is actually like they kind of got like a mode where he kind of automatically goes like into stealth mode, and
I guess you do
you can
that
sneak around
only
basically.
by not like press the stick about halfway up rather than pushing the stick as far as you can to run, I guess. I don't know. That's what I learned.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so he will go into stealth mode automatically, but if you put it down full, he'll kind of sort of crouch still, but your enemies will notice you if you're kind of going full pelt mode, if that makes sense. So if you
Hmm.
keep a stick pushed down a little bit, they are less likely to be seen. And yeah, and you can unlock a couple of different stealth like easy ways to kill
Oh.
people.
Hmm.
So this is the thing. So I saw some of Scotty's video on Twitch, and I noticed he was just using one of the basic attack moves, which is like the shoulder
Got it,
barge thing. That's like the first move you unlock in the arena, which is
I
free
guess.
because you go to this arena and you can pay to upgrade. You get new abilities basically. But when you sneak up on people, it normally says like press X or press square, and that's normally your heavy attack. But if you unlock the stealth kills, you actually do some really good stealth kills, which you can take out enemies without other enemies noticing you. And
Hmm.
that's kind of like one of the things you're meant to do, kind of like Batman Arkham Asylum. You can sneak around, take everyone out before the enemies realize, basically.
I mean, I was able
But
to
if you,
do that, but also the AI has aged so poorly that it didn't matter if I was sneaking up or not in most areas.
yeah, it depends.
So,
It's that later in the game that you do. There's definitely areas where it's a lot more
mm,
like second level. Just the second level alone, there was definitely moments where I did need to rely on the stealth because they
okay,
would just come at you a bit more.
I
Um,
gotcha.
so yeah, I noticed you hadn't actually yet bought the other upgrades. I'm like, dude, like the game. I feel like the game gets better when you actually unlock all the moves because you can go into fights,
Maybe.
and put off all the different moves and stuff. Like it makes it more enjoy. Just makes combat more enjoyable. I find because you can, if you want to, if you don't want to be stealthy, you can actually just charge in. You kind of need to know some of the better attacks. Like I saw one of your videos. You were like shoulder barging guys with shields,
Hmm.
but you get moves where you can destroy shields in like one hit, basically.
Ah,
Um, and that makes it a lot easier to kill them.
probably, probably.
Yeah. Oh man.
I will say the game is chugging a bit here and there, your video, and
Oh.
so is
Okay.
your camera as a result, maybe.
Hmm.
Might be since
Okay.
you're trying to play the 8K version of everything we're looking at.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's put it down to 1080p.
That still looks
Let's
just as
see.
good. Well, probably not,
Cool.
but
Yeah. There we go.
um, yeah, it's running
Um,
fine now.
okay. Good. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for
And bring
pointing
it
that out.
back in.
Yo. Okay. So we're back in the game, and yeah. Let's move on to. Let's see if I got. Where's the battle? I've got the battle somewhere. Surely.
You
Uh,
do get to sort of control a dragon at one point.
yeah, you do.
This is probably yeah,
Oh,
this is the place I died like 30 times because I
oh yeah,
didn't
because
understand what I was supposed to do.
you told me about like you kept like getting charged by all these guys, and like, yeah, you're not meant to do that yet, basically.
Yeah, the first thing I
Um,
said to Graham, I was like, "This game's either fundamentally broken or I am playing it completely wrong."
yeah, because
And it
this
turns
is
out I was
like
playing it totally wrong.
Yeah, this area is almost like a mini boss in a way. You need to build up your army, and then you can call your little army to take over. This is like one of the first times you get to do that in the game.
Oh, whoa! What happened?
Oh yeah, there was a glitch there. So it went to the death cam mode, but the enemy had fallen off the edge. So when I tried to do the death thing, the camera just didn't know what to do. So it just
Oh, my game did
looked into
something
the
different
vista.
for me. I'll show you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm actually too early for this bit anyway. Yeah, I need to. Right, actually, let's go find a. Okay, I'm gonna skip to like later in the level so we can actually see some good action.
Let's see some good action.
Let's see some sexy
A
action.
shiny dude with his Navi / Tikal hanging off his something.
So actually, have I got the? I don't know if I might have unlocked the stealth mode on this, the stealth kills on this bit. Let's find out. Skip forward a little bit. Hold on a second. Yeah, so there we go. Chops him in half straight away.
I could do that eventually. I mean, it was just a kill. Or no, actually, no, there was no prompt. Now that I see that in
Okay,
action, no, I
yeah.
didn't have any prompts. But I mean, I could still, like, if I just did a normal attack, if it was a result of sneaking up on them, it was usually an auto kill. But that was in the first area.
Oh, see, normally if I try to attack them, it might kill the weaker ones, but some of the like the guys with the shields, for example, if you sneak up behind them and do a stealth attack, it will kill them instantly. So yeah, and you can chain them together. So if they don't notice you, you can sort of just start cutting them from behind, and they won't notice. Yeah, that was the other thing. So, like, I actually just want to mention something. So this bit is a mine on the second level where you basically have to kill the people and save the Vikings down here. There's actually different ways of approaching the areas. I don't know if you realize that. So, like, I went a route.
I tried to. The game didn't like it sometimes.
Okay, yeah. So
I was using
bits
tactics that are common today that don't work in this game, basically.
Okay. But there's multiple paths or different ways to get into this bit, and you can kind of do what I did, where you kind of be stealthy but take out all the enemies as you're going through, and then you free the Vikings, or you can charge in and just attack and sort of maybe get overwhelmed but like be a badass, or you can be really sneaky. There's a route that you can take to get in behind all the enemies, so that none of the enemies notice you. Free the Vikings, and then all the Vikings charge out and they help you kill everybody.
That's what ended up happening with my game. I had the army rush in somehow.
Yeah. So there's different ways of doing it.
I was also reminded real quick that this was a game from 2008 where almost everything required you to mash a button.
Oh yeah, that's actually frustrating.
Good gravy.
So okay, so ripping open that door to me makes sense to mash a button, but there's another bit where you have to like use a key or touch a screen or something else. And it's like, if you start mashing the button then stop, he'll sort of do the animation then stop.
When you're
so
teleporting, when you're on one of the teleporting rocks areas.
Really, so that makes it feel very dated.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I missed the. I mean, it's also an accessibility thing. Like games now today you can just hold down the X button rather than rapid fire tapping it.
Yeah,
because some people cannot tap a button that fast, and it's like things are walled off because of that. So, I appreciate accessibility stuff like that today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's actually 100% true. Like back in these days, that would not work so well.
I saw it prompted you to hit him through the fence, but you obviously can't do that. That was interesting.
You can't do that. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm trying to find the battle bit. You get to. Oh yeah. Okay. So I summon a dragon around here somewhere.
My dragon's around here somewhere. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Here we go. So you also get dragons in the game, because why not? This was before Skyrim though, so
I was ready to jump on the dragon's back and fly around like Panzer Dragoon. I'm like, oh, that's not this game.
Yeah, sadly, that is not this game.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the dragons were actually added very late in the game development. Apparently,
I can tell.
Yeah, I am. Where's my little? I've got a little note. Yeah, it's a late stage edition designed to showcase large scale destruction and give players divine mythic powers.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they introduced it relatively well into the because they're mostly used in the big scale battle. Well, they only use in the big scale battles, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
it kind of helps. It makes the game a bit more tactical in that sense when you're going these big scale battles. Oh yeah, this was not clear for me to what to do right now. I forgot what you had to
Yep.
just try and
I had
destroy
no
stuff.
idea what this screen was. I had no idea. I was like, "Am I picking a boat to ride in? What am I doing right now?" It didn't say.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, it
was
didn't say like, "Now this is what the dragon has to destroy." It said, "Destroy this, destroy that." I'm like, "Wait, who's am I doing that?" Like, it was not it wasn't clear.
mm,
It wasn't intuitive.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh dear. Um,
yeah, I don't know. Some other notes I have here though, when you first encounter the enemy that has like knives on his hands in a
oh
cave,
yeah.
and it's the first non-soldier enemy, that was kind of cool because it caught me off guard because I was trying to sneak up on him, but then he like flips out of the way and he was like a Voldo from Soul Calibur or something, or
Mhm.
also one of those almost monkey type enemies in House of the Dead or something, like
Yes.
jumping
Yeah.
around real quick and everything. So it was cool to encounter a different type of enemy, but I thought it would do like more of a scene to show like, whoa, this is a different guy that you're fighting now, or so but I don't know.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
that's the thing about this
but yeah,
game. It's got a story. It's got little missions you have to do, but it's not story driven as such.
right.
They don't.
Yeah.
They have the odd. There's a couple of cutscenes later in the game, like in level 2. There's a cutscene you should just don't expect to happen where you meet the Hell's champion Drakan on his own,
Yep.
which even replaying the game, I was like, whoa, I do not remember this happening. Um, but yeah, it's there's a lot. Yeah, there's not really much explanation of the story aside from some voiceover bits, which is voiceover by Brian Blessed. And if you're British, hopefully you know who he is. But he is known for lots of. He's got a very deep, loud voice, booming
Mm.
voice. Oh, if you've ever seen Flash Gordon, the old like '80s Flash Gordon movie, he
Oh.
was one of the winged guys. He's a good guy in it. He helps Flash Gordon. He's like, "It's alive."
Hmm.
If you've ever
I know of it.
um,
I
yeah.
haven't watched
Okay.
any Flash Gordon other than what's like
Never
referenced and
mind.
stuff. Um, this area, like when it was showing off. Oh, by the way, Hell is a lady, not the place in this
Oh
game.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. How
When
HEL one
when we were
L.
talking about you fight off Hell's uh, characters and whatever that they summon.
Mm.
Um, but this part, if you forgot, Creative Assembly sure did make RTS games. So this is when you're reminded of that with this massive fight happening, and it
Yeah.
showed you how to kill the dude with the sticks, the glowing statues around him or something. But it told you how to do that in this battle after you already fought one of these guys.
Yeah.
Where
See,
it did not explain to do that.
I
What's that?
just I was trying to hit the totem.
Oh,
Kept trying to hit one of the enemies, which was frustrating.
sure.
Um,
Oh yeah, when you have those special attacks, it sure is a lot easier to do that, huh? For me, it was 3
yeah.
hits on each one of those
Oh
sticks.
yeah. Yeah. If you do a special attack, yeah.
Ugh. I've also accepted that I'm just not good at video games in general. I'm pretty subpar, and I thought like maybe I just suck at this game. But no, uh, as per my patterns in some things, I was working hard and not smart with getting through these battles and everything. This here, one super duper like felt incredibly unfair. They were going in this main entrance, and you have to go inside their fort, their town, their whatever village this is that you're bombarding, and you have to get to two other enemies that are summoning more enemies, and then eventually do all this to like take over the town, beat the level, whatever, and you can also summon your dragon now. And I thought, okay, those they're going into the entrance of the town and the fort. I'm not gonna go that way because there's, like, 60 dudes in my way. I'm gonna go around and sneak in to get to that other part and avoid all these enemies. Apparently, like, more strategic, less threatening way to go about that is totally wrong because the narrator lady, she was like, "Oh, watch out. If you leave your soldiers behind. They might lose the battle. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're doing fine on their own. And so I kept going. I'm like, I'm going to sneak in this other way, this back, not even a back door, like a side area where you can climb over a part of the wall. And then I'm going to get in and go through there. Literally, as I'm approaching the tapestry wall that you can climb over, I just
Oh, yeah.
die. The game just stopped.
Oh,
And it's like, nope, you got to do this battle over. I'm like, what the heck just
that's annoying,
happened?
actually. Yeah, I
You
don't think I've ever
said
tried that.
yeah, it's silly me using strategy to what I thought would be beneficial, like to my aid, but it was so aggravating that I was in the middle of doing better than trying to go through this mass of men, and it's like, nope, it didn't make it clear that I would just die and have to restart this battle. She was just
Mm,
saying they might not win the battle on their own. I'm like, I think they'll be okay. But it didn't say it should have been like in some games when you're about to approach an invisible wall or barrier or something, it like sometimes your character will say out loud, "Oh, I need to turn around and go help them out," or like the battle is this way or something like that. No,
yeah.
it just killed me and I had to restart the battle. And at that point I was like, I think I hate this game. Sorry, Graham. I think I just got punished for trying to play it my way, and I'm pretty annoyed. So
Oh, dear.
that was one of the worst parts that I experienced. There are cool
Yeah.
things to this game. It just has not aged well. Um, but I do understand like these massive battles. It's showing off the power of the game of the console you're playing on, um, and reminding you that Creative Assembly made real time strategy games where they're like hundreds of dudes on the
Yeah.
screen, hundreds of
Yeah,
people fighting.
they actually called this the custom crowd AI system or something, which was
Hmm.
this is almost like a way of them showing off that their technology could be used to handle hundreds of NPCs fighting simultaneously in real time 3D combat games. Basically, it was like yeah, apparently is cited as being a major technical leap in 2008. So even though Creative Assembly had worked on the Total War RTS games with hundreds of NPCs fighting, this was like kind of new to like gaming in a way,
Hmm.
like this real time 3D fighting games basically, which yeah, I
Did
think
you
it's
ever
really
play?
cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No, sorry, what were you going to
it's
say?
impressive. Did you ever play Brutal Legend?
Yes, yes, I did. Yes, yeah, the great game. Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah,
that a lot.
eventually it turns into a not not turn-based, but a real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
Kind of twists it's kind of a twist in the game because up until that point it's sort of like this where
Mm.
you're fighting it's a kind of a hack and slash. But for those that don't know, look up Brutal Legends start screen because it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like title screen in a video game in existence. No other game has done anything like that, in my opinion. Where it's
Not remember the title.
Jack Black walking into a record store. I don't know how you don't remember it. It was amazing.
I mean,
Um,
I remember a lot of the game, and I remember like all the music. It got me into there's some certain bands I'd never really listened to. It got me into those bands, like
oh yeah,
really
that's
good
cool.
stuff. And just driving around in those big open worlds in the cool car was really awesome. Um,
That's what I thought this game I feel like Brutal Legend did a lot of things it came out in '09. It did a lot of things better than this game was trying to do. Traveling alone, like, I felt like I should have had a horse or I should have I the teleportation things helped, and it was impressive. The land was so big that there was, like, no load time in between teleporting, but at
mm.
the same time, I was like, "I need a horse or maybe I can hop on this dragon now," that's a suggestive scene that's happening right now, but, um yeah, but Brutal Legend eventually had, like, massive battles as well that were more fun to watch. I didn't really get as far as playing that part of the game, but it was a twist in gameplay, but it was still decent from what I understand. Here's the half naked ladies talking to each other. Um, but yeah, the other let me see what other where'd my notes go? Phooey. Oh boy. I don't know that I have much more to say. Once I learned how to play it, it made more sense and I enjoyed some stuff more. Uh And yeah, I got as far as the second area, like we said. Holy crap!
Oh yeah, this so okay. This I want to
What is
just
happening?
this. So yeah, okay. This happened to me with the very first time I played the game as well. I'll just quickly play this video. So basically, on especially on the second level, there are, and even the third level as well, there are these, I guess, as we pause again there, you can see a whole line of like literally like 100 enemy troops just walking around. They
Right.
patrol the lands basically. They've got two or three of these on the level. They patrol the lands, and you're not meant to run into them because they will just they go crazy. If they spot you, they go crazy. And I thought I'd hidden well enough here. I was like, oh, they haven't seen me. They haven't seen me. And I was like, okay, good. I'm gonna like stay hidden down here, and then wait, a couple of guys just jumped down. What's going on? Oh dear. And I decided to fight them, and then see they all turn and just charge after
Nice.
me. I'm like, crap, 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 crap. uh, and yeah, this turns into just a massive epic. And that this is one of the things I like about the game as well, in that even though you're really powerful, you can take on a lot of enemies at once. When they surround you like this, it does just become you're definitely going to die sort of situation.
Yep.
It's really hard to like get out because they start hitting you all at once, and you can't defend yourself. And I've even got magic on my sword at the moment, and I can't even get to swing it properly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just thought it really fun.
Oh, you
Um,
did
but
okay.
yeah, when I very first played this game, something similar happened. This was back in like 2006 when it came out, or whatever, or 2008 when it came out. On this level, it was on a different bit. I was up high. I was looking down, and I just saw this like what I was like. And the first time I'd seen it, I was like, "Is that a whole load of enemies like just walking around?" I was like, "That's so cool." I was just standing there, and I accidentally moved too close to the edge of the slope that I was on, and I just slid down right next to them, and I was like, "Oh
Jeez.
crap!" I think it was sort of turning just like
Whoops.
died to me. But it's
Hi,
actually genuinely
fellas.
terrifying. It's genuinely terrifying when it happens because, like, there's no way I can get out of this. I'm dead. You know, it's like you can't even
Yep.
run away. Like, you can try and run, but it's so difficult.
Yeah.
Occasionally, if you are just far enough away, you can just outrun them enough that they go, "Oh, we'll go back to our route."
Yeah, that's what I
That's
did
happened.
a lot of times.
But if you're in the wrong position at the wrong time, they get you. It's actually quite terrifying. But
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it just So yeah, sorry, you're saying you don't have much more to say about the game, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
No, but we could actually go into my clips if we wanted to, unless you wanted to go to the factoids. I don't know. How did you want to do that?
Yeah, we could. Okay, let's just do a couple of factoids at least.
Sure.
So yeah, this game was actually going to be a bit even more epic in a way. So originally they planned to have naval combat,
Oh, good
naval. No, no,
gosh.
no. Let's try and pronounce words correctly. They planned to have naval combat and destructible fortresses. So like you could actually like destroy some of the buildings and
Oh.
stuff, and lots of siege weapons and stuff like that. So like when you start fighting back against the enemy forces.
Hmm.
But the Xbox 360 and PS3 had memory limits, so they physically couldn't get it to
Yeah.
work at the time, or in the development time. So yeah, a lot of that content was cut. They want, oh yeah, also along with naval combat, there'd be like things like ship raids. So yeah, you could like actually travel on ship and attack other ships, basically jump onto them.
Hmm.
And they were looking at co-op play,
Oh,
but
wow.
they couldn't stabilize the game because I think it's due to the large scale of the levels. So even though this is not a full open world game like Oblivion, which came out a couple of years before, the
Hmm.
levels are huge. They're very big, very open, and that was actually praised for that quite often. That the size of the fact that you could see so far in the distance as well on some of the levels
Hmm.
was really impressive. But yeah, so yeah, they're unable to introduce that, unfortunately. And yeah, I guess those are some of the biggest factoids I've got there. I've got a few more, but yeah, you need to go into that.
Interesting.
Um,
I remembered a
yeah.
part I encountered that was definitely busted, but it is what it is. When you have to lower the drawbridge in the first
Oh
area,
yeah.
I tried to jump around every piece of that wall and nothing happened. So I never I didn't do it for a while, and then when I went back, I had the explosives. I'm like, oh, maybe this is what I needed to use on that one piece of wall that looked different, the fence or whatever. And I went up to it, and I jumped again accidentally, and I climbed over the fence. I'm like, I
Oh,
swear to God, I was jumping everywhere possible. So I think I don't know how to play video games, Graham. I think that's a big factor here. But speaking of not knowing how to play video games,
mm,
I did stream this on Twitch and YouTube, and I got a couple of clips that we can watch here, and
yeah.
we're gonna get
Okay.
Graham's real-time reactions as well. It's just one, two, three, four, five different short little videos, starting
Okay.
with
We've got
one that I've just
share
entitled
audio.
"Bouncy," but we'll see if the
Okay. Let's see
go
if
ahead
this
and just
audio is
watch it.
too loud.
Viewers, we're not gonna these are like 20-second videos, so listeners, I apologize. Maybe just check out the video after the fact. And or if Graham wants to describe like after what happens rather than trying to describe and watch the video at the same time, maybe just
Okay.
drink it in. I'm gonna shut
Uh,
up because you're gonna hear me in the video though.
Okay. Let me know if the audio is too loud. Let's give this a
Sure.
try.
Yes, I think he sees me. I think it's sorry
Okay.
about your friends. Oh, get them both, get them both. Whoa! All right.
What the?
I hit him so hard he
Wait, what?
acquired Power Rangers physics.
Hold on. Okay.
And my witty banter.
Wait. Oh, let's watch that again. Sorry. What?
Oh, get them both, get them both. Whoa! All right. I hit him so hard he acquired Power Rangers physics. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Tell the people what happened.
I had to watch it twice because my brain didn't understand what had happened. So Scotty was doing some, when you beat down, we probably let me explain this, but when you beat down enemies enough, you maybe take off like an arm or something. They go into like a death fatality mode, essentially. So you can press X or square, and then you do this automated. I don't know the words how to
Killing
explain it.
blow.
You do a killing blow. So yeah, the game will
Fatality.
take over, and Scarin will it will either cut them in half, or it will chop off both their arms, then their head, or just stab them in a creative way. And it's just kind of mindless violence. But when Scotty did it just then, he was chopping up one of the enemies in the automated mode, and its arms and head were taken off it, and then its son just flew through the air over did
Bounced off the wall that was right behind him and flew in the other direction.
It's so weird. I've never seen that happen before. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Next one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the next one you've called No Swimming. That's your title. Yep. Okay. Let's put the volume up again.
Are you sharing it over here? Where?
Oh, I'm not. Oh, nope. Sorry.
Graham's just watching it on his own monitor, everyone. That's fine.
There you go. I have to click share tab. Okay, right, here we go. Let's try again.
Okay, gotcha. We can go swimming. Oh, nope. No swimming. No swimming. No swimming. No swimming. Why didn't I jump or climb out of the water? Oh, this game is just full of surprises and other stuff, huh?
Oh my god! So yeah, in the game, you're on these islands, like big islands, but around it is water with massive waves. And even though they were planning to have naval battles and stuff, you cannot swim in this game. As soon as you go in the water, you die.
But basically. Some beaches you can gradually walk into the water. That was just a cliff, apparently.
Scotty put in. He was on the beach, but he couldn't get out. Basically,
and your health doesn't tick away; it drops. Like chunks of it just disappear when you're underwater. So why even let you go in the water?
That is funny, man. I love it.
This one's actually not me complaining about the game, believe it or not.
Oh, good. Let's go. Good bit of change.
Not so much this time, huh? There we go. See you later.
Oh, so you had a lot of them chasing after you, now they're going back.
Oh, have a good one. Mm-hmm. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, it's like a cartoon. Nothing to see here, guys. I'll catch you later.
That was actually that was really good.
Not so much this time, huh?
Oh, okay. So just to explain what that was, so a bit like what happened with me, when like the Legion, like a whole, like hundreds of them, like the patrol is going around. It looks like Scotty caught the end of some of the patrol, like they were chasing him, and he managed to get just far enough away that they started running back to their patrol route, which can happen. And so yeah, he's like clearly just managed to survive, very nearly survive, because he basically got no health left. And then as they run off, he turns around and there's a whole massive group of them.
An entire army guarding another entrance to the fort.
Brilliant.
It was like something out of a cartoon. Like I turned the corner and there's
Oh my
more
god,
guys that I was trying to avoid. There we go. See you later. Oh, it's chilly.
I love
right
it.
now. Oh, have a good one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Welp.
That was brilliant. I love it.
It was perfect that he put his weapons away too. He's like, oh boy, nope. And then two more. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's
This one's called Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, just jump, dude. There we go. Are you the Viking I need? Oh, I didn't mean to jump. Wow. Wile E. Coyote the heck out of that, didn't we? Hello, are you anyone? No. Did that ever happen to you? How when you hit the ground? I mean, there's fall damage.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to mention that at all, but there is fall damage.
Yeah, there's if you jump off something that's too high, you basically just
she's just like starfish. She just pancaked. Are you the Viking I need? Oh, I didn't mean to jump. Plop. Like a child gonna do a splat into a swimming pool or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It really it caught me off guard because of how like serious and gritty this game is, and then suddenly splat.
That's so funny. I noticed what you jumped that bag of coin at the start of this clip.
I did what?
Oh, wow, you
just jumped, dude.
You're crazy jumping off things, man. Yeah, this game has jump mechanics in it, but you don't really jump that much in it.
Yeah, it was also strange that jump was on the top face button rather than like. I mean, I guess attacking is more important than jumping, but that also kind of threw me off. So I think I accidentally jumped off this ledge rather than just walked off, and that's why that happened. But made for good comedy.
Yeah. Okay, and
so,
then
yeah, the last one is the first clip I got, and I was genuinely you'll see.
Okay.
See ya. See ya. Oh, no. Best game ever. You know what happened? Do you know what happened there?
Yeah. So it's similar to what happened to me, but different. So basically, Scotty's knocking some enemies off the cliff.
Oh, no. Best game ever.
The final one he knocks off, it clearly goes into like the death thing. So where you press the attack again, he'll do the fatality move thing, and instead of like my one, the camera just glitches out but it comes back in and you're still on the edge of the cliff. Scotty falls off the cliff with the enemy, basically.
Yeah, it tried to target the enemy that was falling off the cliff already. Like my gamer instinct was, hit the button prompt that's on the screen, and doing that followed him to his death with my own death as a result.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of funsies. Some fun clips there. So yeah, let's rate this. Let's rate this rascal, and I think we can probably wrap up this topic unless you got some more factoids or whatever else.
Not really. I was going to just, I guess, bring it up to one of my favorite battles in the game. But can I bring it up there? Have I got the battle on this? I've got it somewhere. 1 second. Yeah. So sorry, just bring it up to level 2.
Man, there's so much on that map.
Yeah. How far did you get on the second level, by the way? Did you just
didn't do anything?
The second level.
I got to it at the end. Dude, you saw my experience with this game.
Fair enough.
Not going to play more of it.
Okay. Well, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I did. From what I can tell, Scotty, you did not enjoy this game. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But what's happening with your battle here?
Oh, so yeah, this is the first on the second level there's a couple of mini battles, but there's
I,
two big battles
did we
basically.
mention that you choose where the dragon strikes? I don't know if we even mentioned that.
Oh, I think we didn't really fully explain that, did we? So yeah,
Yeah.
basically on these big battles, you use the dragon to target certain key enemies. There's normally a couple of shamans or shamans, how you want to pronounce it, who they are respawning the enemy forces, and they also sometimes have archers around as well. And depending on who you target, you use up dragon runes, something whatever it's called, to
Yeah, dragon ammo.
yeah, basically have dragon ammo. But to get the dragon ammo, you have to actually kill or do certain things. So, like, kill these champions is one way to get some of the ammo, basically. And once you do that, you can then select the target. But it helps you in your battle because depending on how you want to proceed, you like taking out the archers actually helps your enemies push forward a bit better. Taking out the shamans with the dragon stops the
Yeah.
reinforcements spawning so quickly.
But it like goes into this zoomed out helicopter view of seeing the whole battlefield, and you can
Mm,
shift your view on like which thing do I want to target. It was confusing to me that you hit in mine on your controller it'd be the back button, on mine it'd be the select button. But like the select button would get you the screen for the map and your items and all this other stuff. But when you're in battle, hitting that button brings up the attack map basically. So it
yeah,
was a little confusing. I thought I like hit a wrong button at first because suddenly the button I'd been hitting to look at different things was no longer that. It was for the battle, but I understood it eventually. But yeah, you do that and it zooms out to show you the scale of the fight you're in
yeah.
as well.
Oh, I should probably explain what's happening there. I don't know if
You're
you
on
noticed
fire.
there's a load of fire there. That was I don't know if you ever unlocked this. You unlock elemental abilities for your weapons.
I did, but they were not as effective as I feel they should have been. So I don't know what I was doing wrong.
They're mostly really meant to use them in big battles because when you do
Yeah,
it, all your
that's
forces get it as well. They all get the
oh,
fire sword or
okay.
the ice sword.
I
So it's helpful sometimes if you're fighting. It's hard, like a couple of tougher bad guys or a group of them on your own. But when you're in the big epic scale battles, when you do it, yeah, basically they all get that power for the limited time that you kind of. That's what the red bar is.
yeah,
That's your like magic power, I guess. Um,
that was not clear
yeah,
at all.
yeah, they don't explain it at all. In fact, the very first
God.
time I played this game, I didn't use any of those powers at all because I didn't know how to use them.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
explain
almost
it to
like you
you.
shouldn't even bother fighting until you have an army.
Mm.
That's what it feels like, but I don't know. It felt like I was being punished for playing how I want to try to play the game rather than
Eh.
letting me experiment. I just felt like I was being denied and punished. I don't know.
You say
So,
that though. I found there's a certain freedom in the game when you go around the levels and do the
God.
missions and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like we had very different experiences. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's go back to our experience. You didn't like the game. You're not a fan of it.
I don't care for
What?
medieval stuff. I didn't care about the setting, and it was very the just lack of direction caused me to try to do things that I was clearly underpowered for, and I didn't realize until talking to you, until even reading the instruction manual didn't help. Like,
Mm,
so I had to figure things out, and then someone I mentioned the streamer that gave me some good guidance. So it was just not there's a lot going on, and it's impressive for what it's doing, but I don't know if it even if it was in a different setting that I would care more about it. Um, I don't yeah, I don't care for medieval stuff. I'm a weird nerd and gamer that I don't care about medieval stuff. I understand that. But it was not it's from 2008. It hasn't aged well in my opinion, is the best way to
okay,
sum it up.
fair enough.
So,
Um,
you had a very
I
different introduction to it than I did as
oh
well. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, I guess mate. So yeah, I reckon if I tried to play this now for the very first time with fresh eyes, I could probably fully appreciate your. Well, I do appreciate your view, but I feel like I would probably have might have a similar opinion. However,
I
maybe
think you'd
because
still
I've got
enjoy it more than me, though.
I probably would enjoy it more than you. I feel like this is more my game anyway, you know. But yeah, like playing it today. I still really enjoy it. I still think it's a really fun game. I think it's quite a unique experience. I know there are other games out there that are, 3D hack and slash adventure, medieval style. games set with gods and mythology and things like that. But I think the good things that this does, I think it does them pretty well. I love these epic battles, like the massive scale battles. If you play this on hard mode, it's actually a very challenging game.
Oh, no, thank you.
So it's challenging enough on normal, but very hard.
Yeah.
On the hard mode, it's like really brutal, but a lot of fun still. There are lots of things though that I think would be better, especially this day and age. If they remade this game, for example, I think they could do a lot of stuff to make it really, really like amazing.
Mhm.
So even at the time, it was slightly flawed in areas. But yeah, the one thing I will say, and this was a common problem even back in the day, was repetition.
Yes.
So you have to, as we mentioned, you have to like free Vikings and stuff. Like you basically on each level, you have to go to like a mine, or you have to go to I can't even remember. Like
a cave, a village, a walled off
basically,
area.
yeah. They repeat, especially on the third island, basically the same, almost the same. They don't look the same, but they have exactly the same things you have to do, the same objectives on the third island that you do on the second island.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like the second island has a bit more to some of the missions as well. Like
Okay.
the way when you get introduced to some of the Viking clans that you free, they sort of give you an extra mission to do, or they give a bit of a story behind that Viking clan. Like there's one hiding in a cave, or there's one hiding up in the hills who don't really want to be part of the war or anything. But you,
Oh, I didn't know. I thought
yeah.
you did a power there. The screen went white. That was like two dudes hit you at once. That was kind of bullcrap.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of repetition in this game, which I do appreciate. It's not the best, but I just really enjoy it. I just think it's a fun game. I don't know what to say. It's flawed but fun.
Yeah, one thing that I want to give kudos to a certain degree. In the menu screens, there is one that has you can review every piece of dialogue, which I appreciate that, but it's mixed in with every piece of text you've had to read so far. So, like, I was trying to figure out before I realized where the mission objectives showed up on the map, I was like literally reading through the dialogue. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do now? I know they just told me here, but now it's telling me how to do this and how to do that. So it's like it's a diary or a journal, I guess, of like, but everything from the conversations you've had to like learning a new move to then getting a new objective, but it's all in one screening. I don't recall if you can organize it.
I don't think you can, no.
But yes, it was close to being it was close to being helpful, is what I was going to say. But I didn't mean for that to come off as condescending. But yeah, just little tweaks here or there could have added quality of life things to it. I just this is not. I realize it might sound a little bit hypocritical for me to not enjoy this because I do enjoy brawlers. I enjoy 2D brawlers like Streets of Rage and Scott Pilgrim stuff. So like people might say like, why don't you enjoy this? It's just that, but 3D. It's not the same. It's not. I like over the top stuff if it's going to be a hack and slash. Also, like the ridiculousness of Splatterhouse or Double Dragon or something. So
okay.
Yeah, this is a little too trying to be too grounded, takes itself very seriously, which makes sense for the game and the genre here and there, but I would play Brutal Legend before I do this again, maybe, or something.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I can understand that.
So
yeah,
but it is cheap. If anyone from listening to us wants to grab this, PS3, 360, it's anywhere from $6 to $10. I ended up paying 14 for mine to grab it in a local store, so I didn't really mind that much because I knew I was going to put a couple hours into it, and I feel like I still got my money's worth for sure because it was relatively cheap considering the price of games anymore.
Okay, yeah,
I think it is on Steam. Do you remember? Is it 15 or something?
I think it's like £10 right now, so maybe like $15. I think just before we did this show, actually, there was actually a sale on, so it was like £2. But I already owned it, so I've owned it for a few years already, so I didn't need to buy it again, so that was good. And yeah,
$14.99 on Steam right now in the US anyway, in North America.
Even though you didn't really enjoy it that much, would you recommend people just trying it out to experience it, or would you say just avoid it?
If you've never played God of War and really like Vikings and medieval stuff, maybe. But you're gonna have to give it like a good 3 hours before it picks up.
Okay, fair enough.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I think if you enjoy sort of action adventure games, you don't care too much about story driven games, and you just want a bit of brutal, violent fun, but with a bit of a challenge to it, this is a really fun game. And if you also don't mind sneaking around, that's also a good thing because you can do that a lot of that if you want to. Yeah.
It is not Dynasty Warriors. Keep that in mind. Despite the amount of enemies on screen, it is not a Dynasty Warriors game.
Okay. Yeah. I've never actually played that game. I know of
Those
it.
are known for having just hundreds of enemies attacking you, but you have like ridiculous area of effect moves and things like that, which I feel like
Okay.
this is lacking severely. I need
Hmm.
I needed just like a big old spin around in a dumb human tornado with my blades out and take out 50 guys
Yeah.
kind of deal, you know?
That would so yeah, things like that would make it I reckon that could make it more fun, but as you say, they tried to make it more grounded in realism, even though it's kind of mythology and it's got magic in
Mhm.
it and stuff. They do try to make the combat as realistic as possible. So that even though all the special moves you unlock, they are in theory things that could, I guess, be done by a human. You know, like just a jumping with a sword, but making it harder to strike. That sort of thing. That's what you do.
Mhm.
Yeah. But okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So you're not a fan. You
Meh.
sort of recommend it. I think it's really fun. I say it's flawed, but fun. And yeah, check it out. But
Do we want to give it
for
like an amount of throwing axes out of 5 or something or anything like that?
yeah, okay, let's do that. Out of 5, out of 10. I forgot what ratings we normally do.
I think we were doing out of 5.
Let's do out of 5 then.
Yeah. I give it
No.
a 1.
Fun. Whoa, that bad.
I give
Scotty,
it a
no.
1. Dude, I did not have fun playing this. It was not,
Ah,
and
man.
it wasn't just that I was playing it wrong, but it was like I would get punished, like I said, with leaving the battle. And apparently, even though I was still in the
Wow.
area that we're battling, I died.
I almost want to
So
give it a 5 now just to balance out the
I mean, you're more than welcome to,
hey,
but
no, I won't give it a 5.
we probably should keep our scores tallied somewhere.
We probably should do. Let's start a spreadsheet, or if there's a fan listening, please start a spreadsheet for us.
If you really like working for free, please go back and check our scores.
Yep. So okay,
See
I'm genuinely
where
torn. I'm not just saying that, but
I didn't like it, dude. Sorry.
no, but, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my score. So
Oh,
I know this game is flawed. I feel like it should be a 3 out of 5, but I have now played this game 5 or 6 times, basically.
I don't know how.
I
I
and I
genuinely don't understand that.
still genuinely enjoy the different types of gameplay mechanics they have. I enjoy the big battles. I enjoy the sneaking around. I enjoy the epicness of the levels, the islands that you're on. There's stuff about this game I just really enjoy.
Mhm.
So I'm always tempted to give it a 4, even though I know it's flawed and has its issues. So because there's multiple games I've completed multiple times, but not I can't say that for every game out there. There's plenty of
Yeah,
games which are technically good, but I've only played once because I
I
just
don't
thought I've done it. I don't need to play that again.
sure. Yeah, I get that.
You know,
I don't wanna sway your rating, but I will say that I could not see it being a 5 out of 5 perfect because
mm,
there were times that I died that were outside of my control, like getting launched off the level and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I fully admit this is not a 5 out of 5 game.
Okay.
I'm not
I mean,
even
I wasn't
venturing
gonna,
that
like,
way.
fight you and say, like, "You can't give it a 5. Your opinion's wrong. I can't sit here on this podcast and let that happen," you know? You can score it however you want to.
Yeah,
You can
no,
say it's
that's
the perfect, great value God of War out there or something. I don't care, but
yeah. Well, no, I'm saying I feel like logically this should be a 3 out of 5, but my heart is saying 4 out of 5 because I've played it so much and I
sure.
enjoy it that much.
I mean,
So I
I
I'm
told
gonna do
Rachel how Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
can I do half scores? Can I go 3.5 out of 5? Let's
Oh,
go
yeah,
down the
I think we've
middle.
done
Yeah,
that. I
3.5
mean,
out of 5. I'm gonna do that.
I wouldn't argue you give it a 4.5 because you've played it so many times that,
Mm.
it's not, you didn't dislike playing it, so there's a reason you played it
Yeah,
over and over. But
yeah.
uh,
I think it could
I
definitely be better though these days, if that
yeah,
makes sense.
I
What were
told
you saying about Rachel?
Rachel
Sorry. Yeah.
how I said that I found someone streaming it, and they were just they. I don't want to say they were excited, but they were there was definitely like a lift in their mood to discuss the game and tell someone why they enjoy it and like give tips on how to play it, to the point that like after I finished watching them, I told Rachel, I was like, I feel bad not liking this game because this person, obviously enjoys it. So I feel bad that they also just followed me on Twitch after I followed them. They're going to see me trashing the game they enjoy. And she's like, that's your opinion. That's not, you shouldn't be upset about that. It's like,
Mm,
yeah, I don't know. It feels rude almost or something,
yeah.
disliking something that uh, they enjoyed. But
I can kind of understand that if other people are around, because I've probably been saying how much I love this game. You're probably like, am I missing something here? Like everyone's you
oh, there's
these
been that
people
before, not for this
yeah.
specifically, but there have been times like that.
I
So
yeah, I feel that about certain games.
yeah,
Crash Bandicoot. Anyway.
there's just things that are not for us.
Yeah.
The way that I went into this, I was hesitant and worried because I don't care about medieval stuff or Viking stuff, and I was like, "God, Graham really wants to play this game though." So Graham enjoys it. Maybe it's good, and I was like, the setting though is. I mean, that's the first thing. You can't judge a book by a cover, but still, it's like I don't care about the world that this guy is in, but let's still play the game. So
Mm,
I'm not saying trust your gut all the time from the cover of the game or anything like that, but I will say that I went into this with some hesitance. So if that helps color the mood at all, I don't know, but I
fair
played it
enough.
though.
Yeah.
I gave it a shot. I gave it a good
Um,
6 hours or something.
oh,
Maybe, maybe not that
that
long.
is a decent chunk of time. I can appreciate that. That is it wasn't like half an hour. And you're like, nope. It was 6 hours.
Oh
You
no,
know,
yeah. I try to give
that's
things
a
a
that's
genuine
a flight
shot.
to the UK basically for you. So,
Yeah.
um, cool. I was actually
Wait,
I
so what
was
was your
going to
final
ask.
score? Was it 4.5 or 3.5?
I said 3.5, but I'm tempted to go back to 4. Because just for my personal opinion, I think I'm going to say 4. I'm going 4. Screw it. I'm going to go for my original gut. I like this game.
Okay.
This is a fun game for me. I like it. I'm
I
giving it a
am
4.
jotting it down at the top of
Nice.
this.
Excellent. If you, the audience at home, have you played Viking Battle for Asgard? Did you play it back in the day? And what did you think? Or have you only played it recently? Did you pick it up quite recently in a sale or whatever, or just find it as a curious thing and pick it up? And if you played it back in the day and played it today, like what did you think of it? Do you think it's very dated? Do you think it's a brilliant game? Is Scotty correct? Am I correct? What's going on? How do you feel? Are you the guy who was on Twitch the other day streaming and you spoke to Scotty about the game? And do you think it deserves a sequel or a reboot as well? That's actually something I'd like to see a sequel or something of this game, or a remaster or remake or something. What
Does
Scotty
it end
probably
in
asked
any
for that.
type of cliffhanger-ish way?
No, not really. It does.
Okay.
Now that I will say actually one thing I will say about the ending of the game, disappointing final boss.
Oh. Mm.
um, they basically rehash a boss earlier in the game,
Hmm.
but kind of just make it look slightly different, but it's basically the same boss.
Oh.
And
Mm.
the story, they do conclude the story, but because the way they do the cutscenes, um, basically the cutscenes are most of the actual cutscenes are told in those sort of 2D cartoon style,
Oh,
story
yeah, yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
which
Comic
you've
booky
only got
kinda
you've kind of
thing.
only got a few of them, like at the start of the game and like
Yes.
between levels. But at the very end of the game, they kind of have one of those, but it's quite brief, quite short, and it kind of ends quite abruptly. I found, even though it kind of tells
Huh.
a story. But
They might have
yeah,
ran out of time making it.
yeah, I'm not sure if I think that's probably what that's what it felt like with the final boss. It felt like they like didn't have time to program, like basically build the final boss properly.
Yeah.
Um,
Should have been
but
an all
yeah,
dragon fight or something.
that'd be cool. But yeah, so there we go. That was Viking Battle for Asgard. Please do let us know your thoughts about the game, and yeah, we'll should we talk about what we're going to be playing next, or
Yeah.
leave it?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
switch back to our big dumb faces.
Oh yes, that's yes. You've had enough of Vikings for one lifetime, and here we go. Viking battle for Asgard. So yeah, we are planning on playing. What are we planning on playing? I've already forgotten. Oh no,
Panzer
yes, we are.
Dragoon Zwei.
Zwei.
Two
Yeah,
Zwei? Zwei.
yeah. We were originally planning on something else, but we're actually switching to Zwei because it's actually Zwei's anniversary basically coming up in a few days after we release this episode. It's going to be Zwei's launch in America. The anniversary, 30, was it 30 years? Yeah, I think it's 30 years, and at the start of May, it'd be the European launch. So by the next episode, we'll be halfway between the two launches, hopefully.
There we go.
Perfect time to talk about Panzer Dragoon Zwei. And plus, the remake thing is coming out at some point, maybe this year. We don't know when. So why not? Why not talk about Panzer Dragoon Zwei?
Yeah.
Feel free to tune in for next episode for that. And
shoot us some questions if you got anything to say. Questions, comments about Panzer Dragoon Zwei or the series. We watched. If you want to get ready, you could go check out a previous episode that I don't remember the number of, or How to Train Your Panzer Dragoon was what Graham called it because he's clever like that. We watched the Panzer Dragoon anime that's behind me, but behind stuff, and it's going to knock things off if I grab it. You can go get ready for it maybe with that and prep some questions and comments and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, please do. And Scotty, do we have any shout outs actually? So before we end the show.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out the streamer that I mentioned. Their name, we'll put it in the notes, but it's Ciri the Spectre, Ciri the Spectre, all one word. I'm not even sure if I spelled it all correctly myself, besides the Ciri, but they were cool to give me some tips on the Viking game and just neat to talk to for a hot second on Twitch and everything. And another plug, oh gosh, I didn't put the name of the freaking podcast. I meant to mention this to you before we actually started, but the Video Game History Foundation, their latest episode of their podcast discusses the SEGA channel. The SEGA
cool.
channel.
Excellent.
My voice gave out. And I started to listen to it, and they have some previous employees of Sega on there that started the Sega channel, basically. So it's a great organization, a great nonprofit overall, preserving things that are just being forgotten about, like so many magazines, among other things. But yeah, their latest podcast discussed the Sega channel, so everybody go check that out.
Really cool, awesome. But yeah, feel free to drop any comments about Viking, drop any questions about Panzer Dragoon Zwei, or even any comments about your experience with Panzer Dragoon Zwei for our next episode. And yeah, with that, have a good couple of weeks, and we'll hopefully see you around. Yeah.
I'm a weird nerd and gamer